Yes, I'm similar to the Thriller in Manila. Honeys call me bigger, the condom filler. Whether it's stiff tongue or stiff dick, Biggie squeeze it to make shit fit. Now check this shit, I got the pack of Rough Riders in the back of the Pathfinder. You know the epilogue by James Todd Smith. I get swift with the lyrical gift. Hit you with the dick, make your kidney shift. Here we go, but I'm not domino. I got the funk flow to make your drawers drop slow. So recognize the dick size in these Hawkeye jeans. I wear 13s, know what I mean? I fuck around and hit you with the Hennessy dick. Mess around and go blind, don't get to see shit. The next batter, here to shatter your blatter, it doesn't matter. Skinny or fat or light skinned or black, baby, I drop these. Boniqua mommy screaming, I poppy. I love it when they call me Big Pop, but I only smoke blunts if they roll prop. But look, I got ya caught up with the drunk flow. Fuck taekwondo, I told a fofo. For niggas getting mad cause they bitch chose me, a big black motherfucker with G. You see, all I do is separate the game from the truth. Big bang boots from the Bronx to Bolivia, getting physical like Olivia Newt. Tricks up my click dick all day with no trivia. So give me a a bankroll and a bag of weed. I'm guaranteed to fuck her till her nose bleed. Even if the new man's a certified Mac, you get that H-Town in you. You want that old thing back?
Like B-I-double-G-I-E with some new R-U-L-E. Notorious, known for busting in your E-Y-E. Baby, baby, bitches know they love to hate me. How come you come, we're coming back, so maybe how close we came to coming together is crazy. How come you witnesses facing me the faces when y'all coming, y'all be crying like I'm killing y'all bitches. I know there's a bigger picture than the camera rolling, cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading, gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back, I'm looking like bitch, my swagger never left. Don't be so hard pressed to be impressed by these new rappers. They actors and the fact is, you want that old thing back.
Like Scarface and Bushwick, Willie D, having nightmares, the girl's killing me. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm glad because her cousin let me hit the ass. Fuck the past, let's dwell on the 500 SL, the E and J and ginger ale. The way my pockets swell to the rim with Benjamins. Another hund's in the crib, please send it in. I fuck non-stop, lick my lips a lot. Used to lick the clips a lot, but licking clips had to stop. Cause y'all don't know how to act when the tongue go down below. Peep the funk flow, really though. I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen this, stroke of genius. So take off your gym boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex and hit my man next. Sex get rougher when they come to the nut buster. Pussy crusher, black nasty motherfucker. I don't chase them, I replace them. And if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them. Fuck what you heard, who's the best in New York? Fulfilling fantasies without that nigga Mr. Raw. Or tattoo, I got you wrapped around my dick. And when I'm done, I got the split shit.
Smalls. What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Nice to see some of you guys here. Been pretty boring couple weeks, so today's probably gonna be a quick one, guys. Not a lot has changed from what we've been saying for the last 2 weeks, so really just a refresher here today. So sorry if it's faster and you're not getting as much content as you like. I'm gonna start here with the S&P 500. Pretty much going according to plan. We've wanted either sideways or a sharp move down, continue sideways, then go up. The reason for that being, I mean, we've just anyone that knows anything about the S&P 500, eventually this is kind of unsustainable. I'd like to see a serious period of sideways soon. Maybe one more leg higher, but a serious period of sideways. The weekly doesn't look too bad, but the monthly's just been straight parabolic and up. Pretty insane. So what's even more insane is that I guess crypto has not done anything while Bitcoin or while the S&Ps continued higher. But I mean, honestly, like something like this, or maybe even this. I mean, this is a monthly, right? This is several years sideways. I think it's needed personally. I think the gains have been astronomical. Supposedly in 2029, that's when we get our next big kind of quote unquote bear market, or I guess depression, as people say. We'll see if that kind of trader's almanac's correct, but getting what we want here. We want to see sideways. We don't want this thing to keep ripping because then the move down is going to be harsher. If we do correct to the blue line, I think it's a good area to buy. I have a hard time buying like a lot of the S&P 500 right now because guys remember that our VIX, every time our VIX hits that 40 level, that's where our big buys come in. And the VIX is pretty much the lowest it's been in the last couple months, extremely low. Not, I mean, obviously not down to 10, but very low volatility, not a lot happening. So lots of board. I mean, it's just been kind of going up. So, or the S&P has just been kind of going up. So, not a lot of volatility on the sell side. A little bit during that Trump tariff sell off last year, which is why we bought. Really, why we converted a lot of our crypto to stocks. Ended up riding that wave, and then we got a little bit of volatility here on that retracement. Again, very much needed. We went up almost 50% in less than a year. Now we're up another 30% in less than a year, which is even crazier. So I'd like to see some correction. If some kind of worldwide event happens where we see this hit the 40 level, and obviously this does a much deeper correction, that's kind of a period to buy. 75 all the way down to 6.3. I mean, that's almost 20%. It's like 15%, I think. Let's go back and just check. We corrected all the way down to that low. Yeah, about 15% correction. That would be like on the steeper end of things. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, but if it does, I'm a buyer. This market's extremely strong right now. Earnings are coming in strong. It's not just being falsely propped up or anything. Little refresher on the dollar. Still kind of in no man's land. We don't know if we're breaking out or just kind of rejecting a breakout and heading lower. I still have this inverted head and shoulders on the horizon, but we really need to see this either break up to confirm the inverted head and shoulders or go down and make sure that it's a quote unquote bull trap for people bullish on the dollar. I know Trump's 8 administration wants to devalue the dollar to increase stocks and stuff with tariffs, which would help crypto as well. So just keep that in mind. Other dominance, guys, we've barely moved. Just a little refresher. We have bearish divergences. We have low volume as prices rising. I still think there's another possible high here. I don't know if it'll happen, but I think it would make sense. See 3 kind of ascending peaks into low volume reversal. We'll see. But for now, guys, all of our signs of reversal. This should go down. Maybe not make a new low, but at least go down to like 7.4%. I think that would make a lot of sense. Then with Bitcoin, again, I'm going to go through a couple signs of Bitcoin, guys. I've tweeted them 1,000 times. If you are new here, I apologize for going fast today. There's just not a lot happening. So, I like to stream, but if there's nothing new happening, it's kind of hard to just keep talking about the same thing. So, where are we at in our kind of time horizon? So, if that's an if we are following our kind of weekly bear to bull structure where we have like 52 weeks down, right? And then 151 weeks up from there. I think we are on week 39. So there's 13 weeks left. Actually have to update that. So there's 13 weeks left. Again, in that time period, maybe we put in a new low. Maybe that was the bottom. I don't know. But generally speaking, the bottom happens or has happened 52 weeks from where we peaked. So give or take plus minus a week or two, you know, you can't upset the historical context here. So giving you guys this as background plus, I mean, you look at all these historical signs, right? We go back to the monthly, you look at monthly RSI. We're at the lowest monthly RSI I think we've ever had. This is sitting at 47.72. This was sitting at 40.34. Oh, 40.73 at the absolute bottom. So maybe not the absolute lowest, but off by 0.01. So again, I can't say it loud enough. You should be looking to buy here. Even if that means, and I want to relate this to last, I guess, bear to bull market. Even if you started buying here, right? Let's say 17 all the way up to 25, all the way back down to 18 to 21, all the way down to 15, your average is somewhere between 17 and 18K, right? Your average is still here. It's excellent, right? You have no stress, no worries. Obviously, everyone would love to buy the bottom, but it's just not possible. We started seeing those signs of reversals early, especially on the weekly, especially on the monthly in historical context too. So keep that in mind that if you're waiting for 40K, I hate to break this to you, and I'd love to see a 40K Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong. You're playing with fire because our monthlies hit below 40 RSI, which is in a historical context for a bottom. Our weekly is showing a dozen reversal signs, right? Price actions changing. That doesn't mean the bottom's in, but it just means that if you're not starting to lean long at this point, you're going to be left behind. And that's just the sad truth. I mean, the same exact logic when we were in the 2025, I guess, bull market, as we were going up, from 108 to 126. Okay, congratulations if you bought that and made, 18%. But at that point, we had a dozen signs of reversal, right? We had low volume, we had divergences, we had momentum divergences, we had a shit ton of problems. So congrats on the 18%, but you're playing with fire because at any moment this will roll over. And I guarantee people that bought up here and even here just held. They held through it. As soon as we formed our last divergence and things started to roll over, now they're all red. They're all in the red. They didn't cash out. They got cocky. And I'm seeing that a lot now. A lot of people that were bearish and maybe they have plans to buy, but they haven't bought yet. They're getting overconfident. They're saying, oh, 40K is coming. Why would I buy here? Even if 40K happens, your average is still in the 50s, right? If you buy here and we hang out at 40K for equally as long. But I mean, right here, divergence, bullish price action, lower lows with all this happening. I mean, I don't know how else to say it here other than you should be looking to buy. There is no reason not to. I'll even make a little diagonal here just so we can have something to reference in case. Do I think that, do I think we're going to break all-time highs in a couple months? Absolutely not. But what I am saying is, just like in 2023, even if you were lucky and bought the bottom, you only had so much time, right? You were better off buying as much as you could in all of this than to just wait for 15K because you would have bought less with a dollar cost average. That doesn't mean, that doesn't mean we can't go lower. It doesn't mean that the bottom's in. What it does mean is your risk to reward for shorting is way lower than the reward to risk. The reward to risk for shorting is way lower than longing. You should be longing here. I'm saying it now, and I've said it for the last couple weeks. It's why I'm buying. It's why I've been buying. I think you guys should be buying. Do what you want. Use your own judgment and your own information. But even if we drop to 40K, I'm still holding my spot. It doesn't matter. I'll just lower my average. If you hold shift, you can measure price without clicking measure on the stick left, by the way. Let me see. Ooh, thank you. I did not know that. Been using trading you for like 8 years and I didn't know you could. Hilarious. Actually, longer than that. No, about 8 years. So you started using it in like late 2018, 2019. Cool. Let's just take a look at the daily. Guys, we are pumping on low volume. Again, as much as I'm saying long, if you're trading long instead of just buying spot like I am once a week, I don't think you should be buying right now. We just bounced, 10% in the last couple days on low volume. I don't think that this is a super tight reversal setup. I do think this is possible where we get a nice clean double bottom. Hopefully volume starts to rise at that point on that kind of come up here. But again, with the divergences, the momentum, yes, volume's kind of shitty here. That doesn't mean we can't do one of these. But overall, volume's been dropping since our whole lows. You have to look at the whole move. So again, I can't tell you when it's going to happen. I can't tell you, what day, what the setup's going to be, but we are seeing clear reversal signs. And this is something you guys need to take serious if you want to try and make money in this market. There's going to be a lot of range of opinions. And obviously, mine is an opinion as well, and it could be wrong. But the more you look into the historical context of Bitcoin and what sets off a lot of these bigger reversals, even if this just goes to like, 80K or something, which again, that's a stretch, right? Big stretch. I think 70, maybe 74, before we maybe put in another low or make an equal low or just kind of range here. But again, the more you look at historical context, the more you're like, wow, these things actually line up every single time X happens. Still no FUD event. I mean, we don't necessarily need a FUD event. I'd like to see one because then we'd probably get down to like the 45s, low 50s. Be awesome. I'm going to take a look at the 4-hour real fast. What a move. I actually ended up buying yesterday, like right around here. So if you guys don't know, I buy every Sunday evening, once a week. I've been posting my buys. You guys can follow them. But I think I bought somewhere around here. And then we jolted up and then we went back down. And I was like, dang, I should have waited to buy. But then we immediately jolted back up. But again, it's a dollar cost average. I'm not worried about the little its and bits of price. I'm saving bigger buys for if we go lower. But I'm still buying regardless. So guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover today. Really relating back to my tweet here, kind of giving an explanation. I don't have a lot to discuss today. Again, the market hasn't really done a whole lot, but this is kind of what I'm referring to. Is at this point in the bear market, the reward for longing Bitcoin heavily outweighs the reward for shorting. We're towards the lows of the bear market. We went down 55% from all-time highs, and now numerous signs of macro reversal. It's much safer and better to long here. And I stand by that, and I've given you guys a lot of those indications. So I hope you take them to heart. I'm still on the page that I don't believe alts will have like a crazy alt season. I know there's a lot of people out there that are claiming alt season is going to be huge this bull run. I don't buy it because there's over 50 million of them. I don't think it's possible. So, call me out. Look, and if alts go crazy, then I'll eat my own words. But I still think Bitcoin's a safer and better investment, even if alts pop off. If I can make 400% on Bitcoin, I'm happy. So, guys, all that said, I still hope we get 50K, but it isn't looking great. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Like, I think we'll get to like 53. Because like there's so many people at 50K that are like, oh, here we go, here comes 50. And then we're just gonna rip higher. Like they're gonna get left in the dust. They're gonna be like, oh, well, I'll wait for the next bounce and we won't, or the next drop, and I'll buy, and then they won't because we won't get a drop. We're just gonna go up, similar to what we did in 2023, right? Kind of here where we never really dropped ever again. We just kind of went up. We literally went sideways, up, and we never came back down to lows again. I think something similar to that's going to happen, which is why I'm not taking my chances at buying right now. Every single sign of reversal that was happening here is now happening up here. Kind of in the earlier stages, but they're all happening. So guys, with all that said, I know this was a quick one today. Market's been boring. There's not a lot of new stuff to cover. So I hope you got something out of it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. With all that said, guys, I live stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays around 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're around, come through. If not, it's recorded on YouTube. You can watch it for free. With all that said, guys, always remember, be patient, users management, and good luck trading.